Hello, welcome back to one of my movies. It's going to be Sofia First WTF Moments. Season 2, Episode 25. Okay. I remember if it's 24 or 25. A lot of people are telling me this movie, I remember when it came out, this came out before A Tale of Two Teams. I agree with you 100% on that. I do think this came out first, but I'm not 100% for sure on that. So, I'm going off. Even Waco Fun has a different order, the one I post to watch the video, but I'm not going off the Waco Fun. I mean, unless there's some place that does not have Disney Plus at all, and I can't find it. But other than that, I am going on the Disney Plus order. That's the order I went on. That's the order I'm going in. So I don't remember if it's 24 or 25. And I know this movie's coming out late. I had a stomach pain, and I had an anxiety attack, and there was no even a joke or shorts yesterday because of that. But anyways, we're going to go on with this video, so who knows what order it's in. We're going to Disney Plus order that I assume is an order. And I'm going to explain why I think this is out of order a bit more, but I'm going on Disney Plus order. Roll the intro. I was a girl in the village doing alright. Then became a princess overnight. Now I gotta figure out how to do it right. So much to learn and see. Up in the castle with my new family. In a school that's just for royalty. A whole enchanted world is waiting for me. It's gonna be my time to show my that I'm Sofia the First. So anyways, today I'm gonna be drinking a Japanese lychee soda. So what you do is you see this thing, you pull it. Oh, pull it off. That's the best I've done pulling that off, actually. And then you got this little thing. So what you want to do is you want to push it out. You probably can keep this in, but I never do. This is an easy way to do it, I'd say. So there's this little thing. You got to push it down with this pusher. So you hold it there. And then you push it down with all your might. Ah. Now it may sizzle, so you might have to hold this in while sizzle, 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 sizzle. And then, the little marble is in there for fun. Let's drink it. Ah, it tastes so good. Now, if y'all hear in this video a little, that's the heater, we're going to deal with it. It may be hot in Texas, but it's cold here in Missouri and rainy. Y'all saw that video? That was the warmest day it's been since I've been back. 30s, 40s. Still cold. Now, I don't think it's gone down to freezing since I've been here, but it's still pretty cold. Nonetheless, that's why the flower's inside. And they're closed up because there's clouds. And I need to change the water. They're a little dirty. I've had them in there for 3 days without changing the water. But anyways, we're going on. So anyways, this episode starts off with Ruby in some kind of this isn't accurate, some kind of car? Okay, 2 reasons. One, I don't think cars were invented back then. No, I know cars were invented back then. Second of all, Ruby's too young to drive. Well, there may be some kiddie goat-karts, but I doubt there were kiddie goat-karts back then. And they go, Ruby, Ruby, Ruby! Because she's going, Ruby, 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 Ruby. He goes, oh. They say, we're going to see if you want to get some parts for the goat carriage. So, but it looks like you're already done. So, yeah, I just had to make this look like this really tricky design. And so I'm going to win this year. That's what you said last year. So, yeah, and the year before. So, it's called the Dunway Pedal Power Race. That could have been a thing. Maybe that could have been a thing. Maybe. Because you're like a bike pedal. So, I know the bike wasn't more close to this time. In the movie, not in reality. I don't know if that might have been a thing. I'll look it up. I don't think it was, because I mean that looks way too much like a car, and cars weren't into like the hundreds, more like several hundred years later. I don't know. So we'll look it up. Anyways, but yeah. So anyways, they're trying to go and get the parts for their go carriage thingamajigs. They just popped the doohickey on the whatchamacallit. They didn't say anything of any parts. So anyways, Ruby's there, and she goes, no, the wheel! It fell in the river, and she goes, so are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm just fine. She, has a wand, grabs the cleats, and I'm good. I'm fine. I said, wait, you know magic? Because I'm a fairy godmother. Cool, but aren't they supposed to have wings? And she goes, well, technically they do, but they have to earn their wings. How do you do that? All I have to do is make one person's dream come true. How long you been at this? You're a fairy godmother? And she goes, well, that was hard. Looks, at least for me it is. Oh, so she just hasn't done. Let's see how bad she is. My last dreamer was a ballerina who hoped to be best in her arena. I hovered near, peeked out her clothes, and on stage she froze and she fell on her nose. I don't know if they had facial reconstruction surgeons back then, but let's hope they did. Or if it's just a little move, make chiropractor just... Disclaimer, all those who think chiropractor... Okay, maybe back in the day, I don't know about now, but for sure, I do know for sure now. Not all chiropractors are voodoo witch doctors. I'm not the one who thinks that. Some people told me that, oh, stay away from Dr. Ekman. He's a voodoo witch doctor. He's not a voodoo witch doctor. He's a super nice man. If you think somebody's telling you, your friends, oh, I wouldn't do that because, oh, they're bad for this. They're not good for... There are a lot of things that some you gotta find the right chiropractor. Ekman's one of the best out there. That's why he's won the award in Lincoln County several times. Actually, Lincoln County and surrounding areas, which includes St. Louis. Not the best town in the world. It's not. They got great doctors in St. Louis and Chesterfield. But they're not the best places in the world. I would just avoid those altogether if possible. Troy is an hour away, so it's not too bad. Moscow Mills doesn't have any doctors at all. They have a physical therapy clinic with like one therapist who actually had to go on leave for a little while. So, yeah. But like I say, not the best places to go. Troy and Moscow Mills are a lot better than just avoiding St. Louis if you can. St. Louis, Berkeley, like anything in the Metroplex. The Arch and Union Station are good in like government offices because they have a lot of security guards there. And some of those places cost money to go in, so you don't got money, you ain't getting in. So unless they're like, ooh, I'm the biggest, richest villain in all of St. Louis, then they ain't gonna go in, but they're probably not gonna do that because there's like 1,000 state cops all over those places. And the train stations, once you get in, they got the big guards and the mean conductors. Some conductors are pretty mean. Just avoid some of the conductors on there. If they're mean, just report them. That's all you can do, really. I knew that from my train trip to Chicago. Great going there. Come back, the conductor's like, why'd you bring a wheelchair to Chicago? And he's the one who wanted to help take it down. You know, remember this. If y'all want to help, help and don't complain. Because you asked for that, not someone else. You asked them to help, don't complain. Because it just makes you look bad and makes you look like the fool there. But anyway, so like I said, I don't know if those carts were real. So they're going to the part shop. They say, I guess everybody start early. And Amber and James come with their stuff. So I guess they're entering the race to discussion. Sorry, girls, all sold out. So they look for some parts around the castle. You know, for goat carriage parts. But anyways, Ruby, I was going to just get that out of the way. So Ruby is with Tizzy. So, like she said, last year fell on her nose. Before that, I helped a downhill skier. I conjured up skis and helped him steer. He should be doing that. All that could, but wasn't enough. On day of the race, he skied clear off a bluff. He's okay now. Okay, now you're thinking, didn't Tizzy probably cast a spell to help these people? I would say normally, but it doesn't look like she cast a spell to make them get better, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. But she goes, he's okay now. He's clear off a bluff and he's okay. Is he like a vegetable? Like, is he mentally paralyzed? Or, okay, or maybe it wasn't that. So I don't know how big the bluff was, but it looked pretty big here. Whoa! And he screamed for a little bit, like, oh, I broke my arm. Or no, it looked bigger. So what I'm saying is, if he really is okay, like he's alive, and he's back to skiing, or going to be, maybe what happened was he fell off the bluff, and it was like this is the bluff, and he fell downhill. So he was able to continue falling and slowly come to a stop. Because when you hear about people that survive like skydiving accidents because they're able to fall on a hill or something to break their fall to cushion it, or they're able to fall on a hill and continue falling down, so their momentum carries them down, they slowly come to a stop. Because when you come to complete stop, your body stops, but the force doesn't. So when you start falling really, really fast, and then you're, whoa, ugh, you don't come to complete stop, so the force isn't as bad. That is why bones break. I mean, you can fall on a rock and break your arm, but I'm saying that's why the bones break, all the organs smash together. That's why it's dangerous. But yeah, like I say, maybe the guy didn't come to complete stop and maybe he's fine. I don't know. Maybe the bluff wasn't big. Maybe he's not back to skiing. By the way, if you want to do decompression, I used to have to do this. And now I don't. I just do this. So anybody wonders, does decompression really help? Got a little heck afterwards, but I think it does help. Getting that out of the way. So anyways, Ruby said, well, maybe you can have my dream. You have a dream? Everyone does, Tizzy. And says, oh, Joy got another chance. What's your dream? I want to win the Dunleavy Power Racing. Wait, you will. So, what's first? So she asked her to help her with the go carriage, and she makes it gold and puts all together with just magic. So they see Amber come by with our servants come by with a fountain. Amber is gonna have a freaking punch fountain go carriage, and James, I'm gonna have a can that shoots confetti when I go across the finish line. If somebody else goes on, you're still gonna shoot off just for them? Maybe he will. So anyways, he will. So anyways, they're there, and she has a stretch go carriage like Cruella DeVille's car. He goes, oh, you're not using those, are you? And they said, they're old, and they're not that old. Oh, and you're dusty, Sophia. You can't embarrass yourself. So they put together some new ones because they're with they saw Ruby and they said, how'd you get together? I did. And then they found out it was Tizzy because they made their go carriages and they fell apart. And they said they look good, but they didn't work. And Sophia said, we need our old parts. And said, if we want to win the race or at least finish it. Yeah. So they find out that Ruby has this nice chair and goes, I borrowed it. Can't afford that nice chair. I doubt even Sophia. Okay, it's not that nice. But still, it's a pretty nice chair. And then there's Tizzy and said, who are you? I'm Ruby's fairy godmother. Aren't you supposed to have wings? Easy, I'm working on it. Did she build your go carriage for you? And said, yeah. And said, how could you? And said, it's not against the rules. You try helping each other. I'm sure Amber and James are getting a lot of help. They're telling the servants, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. Higher, no more to right, more to the left. That's what they're doing. So yeah, Amber and James aren't doing a damn thing. So yeah. And Sophia goes, that is true. So come on, we need to put our own characters together now. I don't know about Jay. And you're thinking, so this is why I think that it's at work, because Jade doesn't have glasses on. Maybe Jade doesn't need glasses. Maybe Jade had a cataract surgery. She has glasses later. Okay, so some certain surgeries of cataracts, you can have glasses. Sometimes you don't. But those are more reading, and Jade always has her glasses on, so I doubt she had any kind of surgery. So, that's what I think is before. Maybe Jade tried to schedule an appointment. The doctor wasn't available for the next 3 months. So, I don't know. Maybe she just hadn't gone yet. I don't know the orders exactly. So, like I say, I assume we're going in order. And there were the Disney Plus order and the Wake Up Fun order are different, but I'm using Disney Plus. We'll continue going on with that. So anyways, she tells Tizzy that she thinks she should practice more. She goes, sharp turn! And said, Joe's going to. They're safe and sorry. In other words, I don't think she can use her magic if Ruby gets hurt. And so the last thing we want is you getting hurt before the big race. True. So Lucinda comes and goes, whoa, no magic brooms. Power only. Sorry. Identical. Oh, I guess Peg's feeling better. So identical carriages. Mine's much faster. No, mine is. He goes, okay, good luck to both of you. So Amber and James and Sophia goes, what's wrong with your carriages? And then said, they're supposed to look like this, Amber. And then said, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters, if they work. And James goes, and how fast you pedal. Ruby goes, how fast you pedal. So she goes, Tizzy. So she says, I was not fast enough. Let me see. And they're moving. Lucinda almost got disqualified for using magic. So Ruby puts her knees up like this. And Sophia noticed it and goes, Ruby, are you helping yourself? No. See? She puts them back on and says, I can see letting your fairy godmother repel for you. Sophia, that's what fairy godmothers are for. To help. Exactly. Help your dreams come true. And says, It's a turn. We better slow down so I can't. Boom! Oh, next dreamer. Oh, no. She didn't get hurt. So she told her, that she can make one that pelts and steers, and said, but you won't be doing anything. Then if you're not, it's Tizzy winning the race, not you. And Amber's carriage crashed and everyone was in James. This is unfair. I want a do-over. So she asked if she could use her marriage to restart the race like a do-over. Say exactly. But what if you don't win? Ruby said, if I win, I want it to be because I'm the best. So, okay, let's do race again. And she ruined the gold carriage. She made it the old one. It looked better before, but oh well. So anyways, they're paddling it. And she's, go Ruby, go Ruby, go Ruby. And she was against James. And she, this is work. I don't work. Why am I doing this? And James, cannon, so heavy. That's what I was thinking. Isn't the cannon going to be kind of heavy? And Ruby wins. And Amber says, well, your carriages may have not looked good, but they were fast. And mine came first in style. So she gave him a punch. And James said, hey, look. The confetti. And Ruby won. And Tizzy got her wings. And that's it from us for first WTF Moments. Season 2, episode 24, 25. I don't remember. Whatever the Disney Plus or will be down in the description below. And the Steel True Traditional Even Chelsea for Key Cody, Same you from us for check out my videos. But until next time, I'm Dream Morris and sing it with me. We don't talk about Bruno. No. We don't talk about Bruno. Bye. And I'll see you in the next video, The Littlest Princess. Sofia gets cursed again. For weird reasons. But I'll see you next video. Bye.